good afternoon to everyone, goedemiddag to everyone. So, I am Andrea, and thank you to giving me the opportunity to talk about the accessibility, the pedestrian accessibility, and about Venice. Venice is the city where Città Sotto Scacco SRL is based. We can simplify in English CSS. And I am Andrea, as Pascal said. I am an urban mobility planner. And, CSS is a company of the Italian company of the Apple Group. And today I'm going to talk about Venice on foot. So for everyone, Venice is one of the most famous touristic cities in the world. But I think for everyone in this room, for urban planners, for urban mobility planners, Venice is one of the most famous car-free city in the world, and not for a plan, not for a design, for a measure, but it's because it's like this. And so Venice is the real pedestrian city. We can say the real city at high level, from the beginning of its life. And, but okay, we will see that Venice is a city that you have two choices to visit, to walk, or you can walk, or you can use public transport. But okay, walk, who is a pedestrian, we will see. And then we will see another kind of story about accessibility, about pedestrian, people that walk. And then we will see how we can improve some kind of problems, tricky problem for pedestrian. And then we move forward from Venice to all Italy. This is the main square of Venice, for who doesn't know the city. And for who doesn't know the city, Venice is the city divided in two. One is the Venice Lagoon City Center, that is there. And one is Mestre city center, that is the mainland city center. And the two cities are connected by a bridge that is called, in Italian, Ponte della Libertà, Freedom Bridge. And you arrive in the historical center in one pole, one square, that is called Piazzale Roma. And you can leave your car there. You can leave your public transport, and again, then start to walk. So Venice is the real city at high levels, the real human dimension city, no? I like to put this picture when I talk about Venice, because when you walk around Venice, you can see a lot of scooter for child close to the school, just because they are used to go at school, be free to go to school. So a city that is really for human, for pedestrian, you can leave your child to walk around. And but Venice is a dense city. Think about the historical center that we saw before. Is only 7 square kilometer. So you have short distances between the points A and point B. You have quite beautiful streets, because it's historical, it's really dense. You can have a lot of attractive ground floor around all the city, and it's a quite good urban mix. But okay, we can have a walk in this city, or in a historic city, and we can have all kind of pedestrian. We are all pedestrian in this room, and but this is a pyramid that can show that pedestrians are not only the majority of people that are in this room. We have the first stage of this pyramid, that is a kind of temporary diversity of pedestrians, we can say. And then we have another kind of pedestrians, who has some kind of mental or physical, we can say, diversity. And so when you plan or think a city for pedestrians, you have to think all this kind of pedestrians. And it's quite beautiful to say that we can have all difference, because we can be a person with a pushchair sometime, or we can be some people that have a lot of bags or we can be old and have a walking stick. And another thing that I like to say when we talk about pedestrian city and design pedestrian city, historical city, we have a complex task when we design or plan a city that is really historic, because each city needs each intervention. Every intervention is like an exception. There is no standard. There is no similar things to every street. So each street can have different dimension, heterogeneity, etc. And so back to Venice, this is the first bridge that you have in front of you when you leave your car in Piazzale Roma. This is the Ponte della Costituzione, and this is the first big barrier. So the other side of the story, Venice is it can be seen like a great architectural barrier. 120 islands connected by 430 bridges. This is a map of the municipality of Venice that elaborated the technical office of the municipality, and you can see the island of Venice that are really accessible to all or not accessible. And the funny thing is that the municipality of Venice think that the emerald green is accessible to everyone because it's accessible to public transport, but the ticket for public transport cost around 8 euros, so accessibility is also cost economy. And those are all, I have a list of all kind of barriers that you can have in a historical city like Venice. You have 2 centimeter that is a barrier for a wheelchair, like this one, for example. You can have a lot of bridge, a lot of stairs up and down, and I put not a wheelchair but a push chair, so that you can understand that it's really difficult for everyone to make a walk, normal walk for everyone, or an old person. Then blind person, for example. In Venice, you do not have in each part of the city podotactile signals, so signals for who does see well, and so you need in this city something that indicates the route to everyone. We have a kind of solution in Italy that it's a way to improve accessibility, is a plan. We are urban planners, not urban designer, and we are quite used to PEBA plan. The PEBA is mandatory plan in Italy by law, and every city have to make this plan. Is a 10-year accessibility plan, and is a tools based on design for all. It's quite simple. You make an analysis, accessibility assessment and mapping of critical issues. You plan each investment that the city have to do, and then you make some priority for the city. Those are some picture that you can make some intervention. This is quite obvious, but you have then this one that is how to improve, how to make a ramp for the bridge. Those are the dependence, the slope that change for the sleep for each bridge. This is quite horrible solution, but the municipality made it. And this is the accessibility to public building, how to improve the accessibility at least to the first floor of the public building. And this is some solution that you made a lot of time to make this kind of solution, because you have to modify a historic bridge. So you need permission from the ministry, for example, and to make an intervention. This is the handrail for child and for old person. This was the map of before, and 28 was is planned from the municipality of Venice. A bit to change, but I won't remember the fact of economic accessibility, also important to think about it. This is what all Italy, so we can move a bit from Venice to all Italy. This is the region that started to finance cities to change, to make these plans. Some region, the green, the dark green, started to finance small municipalities, because sometimes small municipalities are the slowest to do those kind of plans. Started from the municipality that are lower than 5,000 inhabitants, and are maybe sometimes those municipalities are the municipalities that are more older population. And for example, for a plan, this plan, we see later, is we forecast a kind of plan of investment that is just 100k euro in 10 years for the municipality. So really less small investment, but good result for every pedestrian. And this, I think, is quite similar to every city in the world. This is the municipality of Ronco Briantino, a municipality where we are working now, and later we will see a workshop. This is a map of accessibility that is made from CSS for this municipality, and then the intervention for each streets. And we can see here what parts are more accessible for everyone and which parts are less accessible. And for each street that are the most important streets of the small municipalities, we made a plan of investment and arrived to almost 100k of investment in a year. So really small, but great investment for everyone. Thank you for your attention, and I want to conclude with this sentence. Making accessibility possible to everyone is making life possible, because it's something that is really regarding the freedom of the people.